Hello guys, welcome to your own channel Techies Chat. In today's video, we'll be discussing some interview questions about HANA, and at the same time, I will try to explain more of the concepts that I can through through the slides going forward. Okay, so in today's slide, we'll cover basics to 5 years experience level HANA related question, architecture, tool, upgrade, and real-time scenario-based question and answers. First of all, HANA architecture के बारे में we'll discuss. HANA architecture, that is HANA 2.0, is basically coming with a additional feature whenever we install a HANA database, HANA 2.0, we get a default tenant with the HANA database. Now, what is a tenant is? Tenant is basically a bifurcation or maybe a block within the SAP database system that represents a single application. For example, if you have three systems, अगर मेरे पास A, B, C और ऐसे three अलग अलग systems हैं, I can use that application with one system DB. एक ही system DB के अंदर I can have multiple tenants जो इन applications को individually support कर रहा है. मतलब तीन अलग टेनेंट्स, एक रिप्रेजेंट करेगा ए को, मतलब ए का डेटा, सिस्टम ए का डेटा एक टेनेंट वन में स्टोर होएगा, सिस्टम बी का डेटा टेनेंट टू में स्टोर होएगा, सिस्टम थ्री का डेटा टेनेंट सिस्टम सी का डेटा टेनेंट थ्री में स्टोर होगा. दिस डेटा विल बी आइसोलेटेड फ्रॉम ईच अदर. ऐसे नहीं हो सकता कि आप डेटाबेस बी सेकेंड डेटाबेस से ए सिस्टम का डेटा रिट्राइव कर पाए. ओके, तो इस तरीके का कॉन्सेप्ट होता है हाना डेटाबेस में. दिस इज द मेजर आर्किटेक्चर ऑफ द हाना डेटाबेस. प्लस इन अ मल्टी सर्वर हाना डेटाबेस, लाइक इफ यू हैव so sorry, if you have multiple servers in a database, each server will have a separate name server. ठीक है, here the main thing that you have to understand is सिस्टम डीबी में जितने होस्ट होंगे उतने नेम सर्वर होंगे, और जितने टेनेंट्स होंगे उतने इंडेक्स सर्वर होंगे. ईच टेनेंट के पास अपना इंडेक्स सर्वर होता है, क्योंकि इंडेक्स सर्वर इज द मेन प्रोसेसिंग इंजन. so index server is the main thing that works on the processing. Name server takes care or keeps the details of all the activities of the entire database. Like this is a shared service between the tenant database and the system DB. System DB is, you can consider the core database within which the other tenants lie. Okay, so basically जितने होस्ट होंगे उतना नेम सर्वर होगा, जितने इंडेक्स सर्वर होंगे, जितने टेनेंट्स होंगे उतना इंडेक्स सर्वर भी होगा. एंड इंडेक्स सर्वर में एक और पॉसिबिलिटी है, इफ यू आर यूजिंग मोर देन वन host in a single system, you can have index server for both the host or any number of hosts that you are using separately. So okay, so that also is a factor on which the index server depends. Apart from this, name server, access engine, preprocessor, statistics, compiler, all these things are this basically reside on the system DB. ठीक है, एक्सेस इंजन एप्लीकेशन लेयर की तरह काम करता है, प्री प्रोसेसर टेक्स्ट एनालिसिस की तरह काम करता है, स्टैटिस्टिक्स सर्वर मॉनिटरिंग करता है, कंपाइलर प्रोग्राम को कंपाइल करता है. Basically, these are the core functionalities. Mainly, you have to remember index server is individual for each tenant, and name server is dependent on the number of hosts that you have. Now, coming back to HANA memory, we have HANA used memory, allocated memory, and resident memory. ठीक है, रेसिडेंट मेमोरी क्या होता है? एक्चुअल रैम यूज्ड, मतलब एट अ गिवन टाइम वट एवर रैम मेमोरी system is using, that is RAM memory. So you can note it down, RRU, resident RAM used, RRU resident RAM used, RRU resident RAM used. You can bifurcate or memorize it. I was just trying to give you an idea about this. Okay, then delta merge. So this is a very very important concept of delta merge and save point. जब भी database का interview मैंने दिया या लिया है, delta merge and save point are the very first questions that come up to identify if you are aware about the concept of data merge, and these are the basic major things that come up with the HANA database. Delta merge क्या होता है? You by now you must be knowing that HANA is basically a in-memory database. इसमें सारा डेटा जो होता है वो रैम मेमोरी में स्टोर होता है, इसीलिए इसका प्रोसेसिंग बाकी डेटाबेसेस से बहुत ज़्यादा फास्ट है. ठीक है, just give me a second and hold on please. सो बेसिकली क्या होता है डेल्टा मर्ज में लाइक जैसे हमने पहले बात करी कि डेल्टा मेमोरी लाइक हाना का मेजोरिटी ऑफ द डेटा प्रोसेसिंग एंड डेटा स्टोरेज हैपेंस एट द रैम मेमोरी. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि उसमें सिर्फ रैम ही है. यू नीड अ हार्ड डिस्क. यू फॉर एग्जाम्पल रैम मेमोरी विल कंसिस्ट ऑफ द फ्रीक्वेंटली यूज डेटा. ज़्यादा प्रोसेसिंग वहाँ होगी. बट रैम मेमोरी इज नॉट द ओनली मेमोरी दैट इज यूज इन द हाना डेटाबेस. ठीक है. तो जैसे कि आप कंसिडर करो कि ये बॉक्स है, ये है हमारा रैम मेमोरी. तो ये रैम मेमोरी भी दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइडेड है, मेन स्टोरेज और डेटा स्टोरेज. मेन स्टोरेज क्या होता है? जैसे मान लो आई एम द यूजर, आई लॉग्ड इन, आई एम वर्किंग एंड डूइंग ऑन सर्टेन थिंग्स, दैट विल बी स्टोर्ड इन द मेन स्टोरेज. That is stored in the main storage in the RAM. RAM is also having two parts. One is main storage, one is data storage. The first the data enters into the main storage and then it is moved to the data storage. So the time at which the data from the main storage is compressed and stored at the data storage, that point of time is called, or that process is called delta merge. ठीक है. आई होप इट इज क्लियर. लेट मी rephrase इट अगेन. हाना डेटाबेस के अंदर रैम मेमोरी है. रैम मेमोरी फॉर द टू पार्ट्स में डिवाइडेड है. दो पार्ट्स में द फर्स्ट पार्ट इज मेन मेमोरी एंड द सेकेंड पार्ट इज डेटा मेमोरी. जब यूजर काम करना शुरू करता है, डेटा उसका सबसे पहले आता है मेन मेमोरी में. रैम के अंदर दो पार्ट्स है, मेन मेमोरी, डेल्टा मेमोरी. पहले मेन मेमोरी में डेटा आता है, फिर वो डेटा कॉम्प्रेस होता है और डेल्टा स्टोरेज में मूव होता है. तो जब वो कॉम्प्रेस होके डेल्टा मेमोरी में मूव होता है या डेल्टा स्टोरेज में मूव होता है, उस प्रोसेस को हम कहते हैं डेल्टा मर्ज. डेल्टा मर्ज ऑटोमेटिकली ट्रिगर होता है, और अगर वो ऑटोमेटिकली नहीं हो रहा है, in case of any issues or you need to do it manually, you can also do it manually through the HANA Database Studio, HANA Cockpit, or at the OS level. वो भी मैं आपको दिखाऊंगी going forward. But I guess first the concept should be clear before going into hands on. ठीक है. तो इससे क्या होता है, परफॉर्मेंस बढ़ता है. जैसे मान लो कि आपका जो डेटा है वो मेन स्टोरेज में ही स्टोर होते जा रहा है. देयर इज अ लिमिटेड अमाउंट ऑफ मेमोरी दैट इज लिमिटेड अमाउंट ऑफ स्टोरेज दैट इज स्टोर्ड है. अगर वही भरता रहेगा, देन at some time a deadlock will occur and no other user will be able to work on it. No other data will get stored. So that is why this is storage. So there is like जब भी main storage भरने लगता है, the data is compressed and moved to the delta storage. और फिर डेल्टा स्टोरेज से जो डेटा होता है वो जाता है पर्सिस्टेंट लेयर में या डिस्क लेवल पे. उस प्रोसेस को कहते हैं सेव पॉइंट. ये अभी मैं आगे और बताऊंगी, बट for now just remember delta merge. We will discuss more about the save point in the upcoming slides. Okay, now next moving forward, HANA tools हम क्या use करते हैं? You might have heard me saying HANA Studio, HANA Cockpit. So basically HANA Studio और HANA Cockpit are the major tools that are used. पहले HANA Studio यूज होता था, अब Cockpit ज़्यादा यूज होता है, because HANA Studio is Eclipse based software kind of tool. उसको इंस्टॉल करना पड़ता है. बट HANA Cockpit is a web based tool, वो URL पे चलता है. This is the major difference, and Cockpit is something that has been used up recently. ठीक है, नया tool है. ठीक है. नाउ टॉकिंग अबाउट द DBA cockpit, this is basically a SAP GUI monitoring tool. Just as you execute the transaction codes on the SAP GUI, there you have to type in DBA cockpit and it will basically take you to the SAP GUI monitoring tool. I will show you in the later part of the video. Okay. So this is there, and ST06 is basically OS level check. ST02 is for memory related or memory buffer related thing. So you can note down this also. ST06 is for OS level check. 06 OS. Okay. Then upgrade versus update. This can be asked both in the database or application related part. Upgrade is basically a version update, like for version change. For example, you are doing HANA 1.0 to HANA 2.0, so that is a version change. So that is a major change. So that is a upgrade. Update, it means you are updating some patch or some like in SAP you are updating application system. You are updating maybe a implementing a note or a program you are updating. This is a small change. Update is a small change and upgrade is a version change. Okay, and a tool used for this update here is HDB LCM. Apart from this, for minor changes you can also use, for updates you can also use resident HDB LCM. Resident HDB LCM is basically a tool that is installed at, like, once the HANA database is installed, with that you will get a resident HDB LCM which can be used for minor changes, and for upgrade also, or the downtime is required. Okay, in system you have resident HDB LCM, that is in system, that is downloaded after with the HANA installation. Standalone is basically you download it just as we do it for HANA installation. Okay, just as we download and keep SWPM, similarly we have HDB LCM that we download and keep, and resident HDB LCM is something that is in the system. It is used for install, upgrade and update. ठीक है. System replication is used for disaster recovery. These are replication modes, three replication modes: synchronous, asynchronous and sync mem. I will explain this when we discuss more about the system replication, or I'll also try to bring up the short so that you can understand the difference here. Okay, system replication means you are replicating the data of one HANA database to another HANA database, which should be at the same version, same operating system, so that if one primary system fails, you can immediately use the secondary as your primary and the business is not affected. That is also a big topic within HANA database, so that we will cover up later. Now, describing or discussing the backup types. Backup types are, there are full incremental log backup. There is also differential backup, and the recovery uses log replay. Okay, full backup means everything is getting backup. Incremental backup means, suppose you have taken a backup today and tomorrow you are taking up full backup today and tomorrow you are taking the incremental backup. So incremental backup will only backup the things that were done after the full backup was taken. ठीक है. So for example, if you are taking a weekly full backup, then you can take incremental backup for remaining 5 days, or you can take a differential backup. Differential backup is something intermediate between incremental and full backup. What differential backup will do is, it will take a backup of the like, for example, today I've taken a backup, tomorrow I've taken a full incremental backup, then afterwards I will take an incremental backup, and then I will take a differential backup on the next day. So what differential backup will do is, it will not consider incremental backup, it will also backup the data from the last full backup. It does not consider incremental backup, it will take the backup from the last full backup. And log backup is obviously the log backup thing that the backs up the log. Partitioning is a concept that is used for large tables, improve performance, enables parallel processing. So basically, partitioning is a process in which the large table is divided into multiple chunks based on various conditions. Like there is hash partitioning is there, then range partitioning is there, then there is RR partition. These are the three major types. So this is basically done so that the data is stored at multiple locations. For example, if you have data for 10 years and you are using a kind of range partitioning, so 2 years data will be stored in five different tables, so that data retrieving is easy and takes less time. So this will be stored in physically different locations, but for the end user, it doesn't matter. It will be same. It will be a single table for the end user. For example, you're trying to access some data, you will not have any issue with accessing the data if it is stored in five different locations. It is just physically stored, but virtually it is one table only. Okay. Apart from this, there is a major question that is asked many times in interview, that what is the maximum size or number of rows that can be used before the data is partitioned. It means एक टेबल में कितना डेटा, कितना रो स्टोर हो सकता है before the partitioning becomes mandatory. So by default, SAP allows 2 billion rows in a single table, and if data crosses 2 billion rows, then the partitioning is automatically triggered. Okay. Types of partitioning I've already discussed. Range is based on range values. Hash is evenly distributed, and there is RR, that is round robin. When to use partitioning? When a table size is greater than 2 billion, performance issues or parallel queries needed. ST06, as we have already discussed, this is for CPU related thing. This is, then we have to check the memory. Then what we have to check if the system is slow, we have to check ST06, we have to check the memory, check expensive logs, check expensive SQL statements, means SQL statements that are not correctly written. मतलब वो काम तो कर रहे हैं, बट इट इज बेसिकली कंज्यूमिंग लॉट ऑफ एनर्जी एंड रिसोर्सेज और एट द डेटाबेस लेवल, सो दैट आर एक्सपेंसिव सीक्वल स्टेटमेंट्स. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर मैं चाहती हूँ कि मुझे सारा डेटा मिले एक ही टेबल से फॉर रोल नंबर 1, सो मैंने लिखा है रोल नंबर सिलेक्ट first name comma last name comma marks of English comma marks of maths for user with roll number 1. This can be better written as select star from user with roll number 1. सो डिफरेंस देख रहे हो, लाइक सेम चीज है बट मोर कॉम्प्लेक्सली लिखी हुई है फर्स्ट में और सेकंड में सिंपल है. इट मेक्स सेंस to use the selected variables or the column name only when you need selected variables. जैसे मुझे सिर्फ first name और last name चाहिए, but you know that you need all the details and there is no point in writing the query in such a big and like that kind of statements are expensive SQL statements. This was a very simple example just to make you realize कि कैसे काम करता है. ठीक है, तो अगर सिस्टम स्लो है तो आप सीपीयू चेक करोगे. ST06 इज अ ट्रांजेक्शन कोड एट द एप्लीकेशन लेवल. मेमोरी चेक करोगे यूजिंग DF-H. एक्सपेंसिव सीक्वल स्टेटमेंट्स चेक करोगे. दिस यू कैन चेक एट द HANA database studio. Basically it is done by the database team individually, but you can check. Okay, logs check करोगे. Then, if memory is full, then top users or consumers you will check. You will unload the table, trigger data merge. Data merge क्या होता है? We have already checked. Increase memory. अब वो आपको system में करनी है, infra team से करवानी है. That is based on what kind of memory issue you're facing. Now, real-time scenario replication issues. Like replication is not happening properly. You have to check the status. There is HDB and SUTIL is the tool that is used for replication, status, triggering, enabling, registering, all these things that we will discuss in the different videos. Check network, check logs. Important interview question we have mostly discussed. What is one is HANA's architecture that I've shown you, like already discussed in the first slide, that there is system DB, then tenant DB, then what services run on system DB, what services run on tenant DB. You can prepare a brief outlet of that. Delta merge also I've discussed, when the process in which the main memory's data is compressed and moved to the data storage within the RAM only, that is called as delta merge. Difference between scale up and scale out is basically adding resources like adding CPU, hard disk, etc., or adding the additional application, additional database servers. What is system replication? Also, I've discussed. System replication is like processing or moving the system replication is moving the data or replicating the data of one database at the same time to another database, so that both the databases at the same level, and in case one fails the other can immediately be backed up or used as a primary, so that business is not affected. How do you troubleshoot out of memory? OOM is out of memory issue. So basically, you will identify the memory if private mode is activated. At the database level, you will check what the memory is available, if there any locks can be cleared. So this thing you can prepare. Okay. How do you handle failed upgrade? Like upgrade is failed, and what step you will check? This is also frequently asked in interviews. How to optimize HANA performance? HANA database के बारे में आप जब भी बात करते हो, it is majorly revolving around a memory thing or backup is happening properly. आपका लॉग बैकअप प्रॉपर होना चाहिए. यू मस्ट हैव इनफ स्पेस. द ओल्ड लॉग्स मस्ट बी क्लियर. प्रॉपर क्लीन अप आपका होना चाहिए और सिस्टम अपग्रेडेड होना चाहिए विद द required recommended versions of everything. So these are the things that you can take care at the HANA level for performance. Explain partitioning strategy. आप कब करोगे, कैसे करोगे, क्यों करोगे, when it is done, what is the maximum amount of rows, maximum number of rows that can be used before partitioning is done. So these are the various type of questions that are asked at the interview level. I guess even if you, as a fresher, you cover this much, this is more than enough. Depending upon the type of profile that you're looking for or the type of interview you're going for, keep on reading, understanding, not mugging up. I try to use Hindi more often today, so that like I thought that maybe let's try if it helps more coordination and understanding the things better. So let's stay connected. If there are any questions related to this, or maybe any other basis related query, or you have any interview question that was asked or you came across, you can pin in the comment section. I'll try to answer it in the comment section, or maybe bring the next video on the same with the proper answer that can be used. So, and probably, if possible, I'll try to show you at the GUI level also, at whatever thing that the HANA database level if possible. So stay tuned, keep studying, keep understanding, and wish you good luck. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing if you find the video useful, and thank you for watching.